Wait a second. Oh my god. Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube video, and this one will be a little bit different because we have a little bit of unboxing to do here. Yeah, this is like another one of those like unscripted, like pseudo lifestyle videos. Yeah, just because like the Z80 video is just too exhausting. I mean, it literally takes a month, more than a month to make one video like that with the tools and the skills that I have and with the experience that I have. So, I mean, you'll probably see one of those videos come out like every 2 months. And I'm not even going to promise that. Like, yeah, and it will take very long for one of those videos to be made. So if you guys see that my channel just go quiet for like an entire month, like, you know what to expect. Like something big is coming, basically. And this is a VIC-20, and it is broken. It is sold as broken. I paid somewhere like between $60 and $70 for it. Of course, I'm using Chinese yuan or renminbi. So according to current conversion rates, I think it's 7 something. So it's like 450 yuan. So it's like, yes, 450 yuan. So it's like around $60. So I don't know if it's a good deal because you cannot just compare that to eBay prices. Because with eBay, you're getting this from somewhere in like Europe or the US. And that comes with like extremely high delivery cost, so shipping cost. I mean, so yeah. So being able to find one domestically is good. And all the other ones are just insanely overpriced that I'm not going to even consider buying them. So I'm going to like gamble a little bit on this one because it's one of the few VIC-20s that I can find on Chinese eBay, and it's the only one that is like cheap enough for me to even consider. So yeah, but there is a reason why this thing is so expensive. Despite its being in virtually mint condition, is that the seller of this thing, he or she probably bought this from like the US or Europe. I think experienced viewers have guessed or have seen what this is, where this is from, but I don't know whether it's a US or Europe unit. Okay, this is 117 volts. I think it's an American unit, 60 Hertz. So here lies the problem, because he sees or she sees, I don't know, like the person sees that, oh, it takes 170 volts, and there is an AC plug. So of course, like Here in China, we run on 220 volts, or actually it's now more like 230 to 240 volts here. And at 50 hertz, he thought, well, or he or she or the person just thought, well, I can buy like a transformer and step down that voltage to 170 or roughly 120. So, and the person thought, well, that would be okay, because this is obviously how people here deal with imported electronics before like everything went 100 to 240 volts tolerant. And I think the person just ignores the 60 hertz part and hope that this can work with 50 hertz. I think that might not be the case actually, because I learned that the C64, it uses the like what was it? The input voltage signal or the AC signal to derive the 60 hertz interrupt, which is, I mean, it's really strange. Everyone else is deriving that from the video circuit, right? Why don't you just do a like horizontal, not horizontal, a vertical blank interrupt, and instead you derive it from your like live wire or your transformer? It doesn't make sense, and those like frequencies does not match, because color NTSC is 59.94. So a solid 60 hertz input signal is not a good match for that signal, and you have to consider like the phase difference and everything associated with it. So I just don't know. But if that is the case, if this thing is plugged, or if this uses the same mechanism as the C64, if I plug it into a 9 volt 50 hertz source, it will run as fast as a European unit, because like the sound and everything with like old games are tied to that interrupt frequency, or they are just tied to the CPU frequency, which will just not affect like the speed of the game at all, whether I just plug 60 hertz or 50 hertz into it. But the problem was that that person plugged in 120 volts directly into this socket, which obviously burned the hell out of this thing. Yeah. The person described that he or she think there's a blown fuse, because there might have been a light, or yeah, there might be a light coming out from the vents or something. But it can be much worse. I don't know if that fuse is like a master fuse before even the rectification, or before the circuits, before the voltage regulator, before everything. If that is the case, this VIC-20 might just need a new fuse. But if it's something else, then like the voltage regulator cannot obviously sustain 120 volts. And if you regulate that, you time that by the square root of 2 to get the peak value, which is like I don't know, like 140 times plus 20, 168 volts, which is like way above what it should take. And I don't even know like the rectifier is designed for this voltage. Of course it's not designed for this voltage, but it may use parts that can sustain this voltage. But if that is the case, if the voltage, if the power is rectified and gets up to 168 volt DC, and basically the board is done. The board is done. It's out. Everything, the CPU, the VIC, the VIA, the whatever, is fried. Or like the one that's most likely to fry will just go short circuit and basically blow the fuse. So that is another chance that this board might survive. Basically, a chip sacrifices itself as a fuse. So yeah, but we would need to just take this thing apart to find out. Okay, so let's disassemble it. Wow, the screw is actually really loose. So someone might have been here, like that person might have been here and actually saw that blown fuse. But the fact that the person described the board's condition as just a blown fuse might mean that there's no other like apparent damage, which is kind of a good news. Let me see. Move that aside and just flip it. Okay, everything looks fine. Of course, the fuse is blown and everything is just in good condition. And this is one of those, like, I don't know, it's called, wait a second. Oh my God. Is that? Oh my God. These are ceramic vias. Okay, I take back what I just said. That guy, that person, he or she either haven't been here or just completely don't know about the price of the chip. I mean this is like, what's the date code? 4482. It's from 1982. My God. This is like original moss ceramic via. Those chips alone are super expensive. Now my only hope is that they are not fried. But if they are, I think they go on a very decent price. I may be able to sell them to collectors, just cover up my loss. That's crazy. And actually the deal was, if this thing is broken beyond repair, for example, if I think the VIC chip here is broken, I'm not going to even try to fix it. Because all those like parts would cost too much here in China, because of course the VIC-20 was not sold in China. So although we have those chip recycling facilities, it's very hard to get like a chip as old as the VIC. It would be possible, but it would cost as much as this VIC-20. But now I changed my mind. I just changed my mind because I'm keeping it anyway. I mean, these chips, this just shows how old and how original this machine is. I mean, I don't know, I'm just quite lucky. I have got a original Atari 600 XL, not modded, good condition, everything. I think it has a bad pokey chip. I never showed that on camera. And I think I have a very good Atari 130XE. I don't have a very good Commodore 64, but this VIC-20 is crazy. Well, that Atari 130XE is not in very good condition. It's been modded, but it's missing keys. But yeah, I don't know why I included that, but I just think that's a beautiful machine, maybe. But I just keep getting good machines. That's crazy. And I think this preemptively ends the video because I'm keeping it no matter what. And I'm going to try to fix it in the next video. Okay, of course there's one more thing before we end this video. Is to check out the VIC chip. This is a screwdriver. I don't have a better tool. Excuse me for using that. VIC-20. I mean, I really don't have a better tool. But like the RF chute is just thick. It is super thick. It's not like a thin sheet of metal. It is actually thick. Oh my god. But wait, this corner is actually lifted. So I'm wondering whether someone has been here. Here we go. It's lifting up. Oh my god. I hear cracking sound. That's not good. I'm finding a more proper tool. Okay, I can't find a better tool, but I can find a better place with a better chance to just pry it open. Okay, it's open. Here we go. No, it's not. This thing is so interesting. This thing has ceramic VIA chips, but a plastic VIC. I always thought that VIC is like more difficult to produce than the VIA, so they are more likely to be ceramic. Because I think plastic packaging, like on this chip or on the 6502, is only used when you are confident with your process and when you are trying to like cut costs. So I thought that if the vias are ceramic, the VIC might be ceramic too, but I guess that's just not the case. I won't close it like too hard because I may probably need to go in there very soon again, but yeah, if that VIC chip is ceramic, I think I can just cover my loss by just selling these chips to collectors. I think these chips are just very rare and very collectible. If I cannot sell them to collectors, I would just collect those chips myself, even if they are broken, because they are just beautiful. Just beautiful. Look at those chips. I mean, wow. But yeah, that's it for this video, and bye. Oh, I just found that I was being stupid for the whole time. These screws have been like removed, and there is a Chinese sticker in here. You cannot see very clearly, but yeah, this is some Chinese here. So yeah, someone has been here, and some Chinese people have been here. Wow.